Hi guys, welcome to Leicester Fan TV, the Premier League prediction show, game week 11. Some very tasty ties coming up this weekend. As Man City, Manchester United derby, and a London derby as well. So it should be an interesting one. As ever, guys, smash a like as always, get involved. Subscribe to Leicester Fan TV if you're new watching tonight. We are live 7 days a week, so if you're watching on playback, we're live Monday with a Fan Zone show. The WSL Weekly show with Jonathan Morgan will be this Saturday at 7:30. The Away Fan Chat show was last night, but it'll be back to next Wednesday. The Premier League prediction show is tonight. It'll be moved to next Thursday after tonight. Obviously, because we've got the watch along tomorrow. As Leicester take on Spartak Moscow. We've got the pre-match show with 3D talking all post-match Spartak Moscow in the Europa League, plus looking ahead to the Leeds United game on Sunday. Saturday is the WSL Weekly show, like I said, with Jonathan Morgan, and we've got the Aftermath show with Jamie at 9:30, and then the pre-match / watch along for Leicester travelling to Leeds United. So, guys, as always, get involved, get your comments in, get your score predictions in tonight. It'd be great as always. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Facebook, Snapchat, wherever you can find us at Leicester Fan TV. Follow us there. And let's get cracking with the game week 11 of the Premier League prediction show. Let's go.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everard's, Pucka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newbie and Co-Estate Agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi guys, welcome to Leicester Fan TV, the Premier League prediction show, week 11. I'll be joined by Adam Pearson. You'd know him, obviously, with his vlogs on YouTube. Newcastle home and away, one of the diehard fans. Go and check Adam's channel out on YouTube. He's a vlogger. But first, smash a like, guys. Share, subscribe, get involved tonight. Me and Adam will be talking about the Premier League in general and getting our score predictions in ahead of the weekend. Let's get a few good evenings in then. Evening Jack, evening Derek, evening Maz. Hello, Carmen. Evening, lads. Big weekend coming up. It is Adam PAG. So let's get the main man in himself. Adam Pearson, how are you, pal?
I'm fine, Jack. Thank you for having Leicester Fans TV. But yeah, I'm excited for this. We've got a lot of good games on. I mean, before you talk about your shows, like getting the Europa League shows on, I'm jealous of that. Hope one day Newcastle can get that stage once again. But I appreciate being on. It's great to see you.
Yeah, let's talk about Newcastle then quickly before we start. New ownership and that. Obviously, you guys have been linked with Unai Emery, Mr. Good Evening. He clearly doesn't want the job, does he, at Newcastle? But your next bet is Eddie Howe, I believe.
Yeah, it's between him for second at the minute, but it looks like Howe's going to come in. Unai Emery today came out and said he's going to stay at Villarreal, which is, of course, gutting for Newcastle fans. But at least the optimism's there. At least we try to get someone big like Emery in. But I feel like at the minute, 19th on the table, we've got to expect we're not going to have a great manager straight away. But we've got to be steady, we've got to be patient. Hopefully in a couple of years' time that might change. But in terms of now, though, we've got to welcome whoever comes in.
How are you guys finding this season in the Premier League? I know you guys are near the bottom of the table. Obviously, Steve Bruce and that. How did you find that era under Steve Bruce? I heard he had many are the same as what Rafa Benitez had in wins, draws and loses.
Yeah, well, when you look at that way, yeah, it's true. But Stevie's had a much bigger budget. He's been given, but triple the amount of money Rafa Benitez had some of the windows. But The biggest problem in Newcastle this season is that the players are underperforming. We're not playing well at all. These players last season finished 12th, and I mean, we can't even win a game. We win this in 10. I mean, that's not good enough. That's a relegation standard battle. But, I mean, we don't play our players in position. The players don't care. And in terms of the managership, I mean, we had to get Steve Bruce gone. There's still no excuse. We're still not winning games without him. But, I mean, that was the first problem for me. But we've still got to sort all this stuff out. We've got to get the players to the correct positions. We've got to get someone else in to actually be a leader, because these players just aren't playing for the manager at the minute.
Yeah, obviously, Alan Saint-Maximin, fantastic player. Your best player at your football club, I believe. I rate him very highly. I'd have him at Leicester City, but shame he signed that. Was it 8-year contract, was it, Newcastle? Not long ago.
I think it was about a 6-year one, I think. But, I mean, with the ownership now, I mean, I can't see him moving anytime soon.
Yeah. Obviously, Mike Ashley's gone now. You guys have been very vocal about that one, haven't you, in recent weeks? I think you guys are glad that he's gone, haven't you? Obviously, speaking to my family up in Newcastle, they're glad he's gone as well. What are your thoughts on Mike Ashley, and how do you think the owners are going to take the club forward now? Obviously, now he's gone.
Well, Mike Ashley been gone to begin with. I mean, it's not a secret. Everyone knows he was a terrible owner at Newcastle. 14 years, the club was stagnated. I mean, we've been relegated in the 110 years before and twice. We've been relegated twice under Mike Ashley in 14 years. So, I mean, it's embarrassing. And in terms of new owners coming in, I mean, we don't know how good they're going to be. Yes, they got the money, but, I mean, we don't know what they're going to do at the football club. We don't know how they're going to change it around. But what we want is an optimistic team. We want a team that tries to win trophies. We never had that to Mike Ashley. It doesn't matter what happens to the new owners now. We've got a team that will attempt to do something. And hopefully over time we'll see what happens. But, I mean, yeah, only time will tell. But I'm looking forward to the future now. I mean, it's definitely the most optimistic time in my lifetime being a Newcastle fan. Yeah,
Adam, before we start the show, tell us about yourself then. What do you do? Obviously, you do quite a lot of vlogging. I've seen it quite a lot on social media and that. Tell the viewers what you do for like Newcastle United and that.
So in terms of Newcastle, I begin off the matches. I go to every single game, every home match, every away match. It doesn't matter how far it is. The women's matches as well under 23, so I'll be vlogging all the different games. In terms of news as well, I just do daily content in Newcastle. Really, it's just what I do now. In terms of my channel itself, I've literally left university last month to do YouTube full time. So, I mean, this is what I do. So, yeah, in terms of Newcastle, I mean, it's just daily content. Really, I'm going to obviously work my backside off on it. I mean, we'll see how the club progresses in the future, but it's interesting to support Newcastle now. There's so much stuff coming about the club. I mean, it's just a good time to actually properly talk about them. So, I mean, we'll see how things go. But, yeah, every single match is what I do.
Let's kick on with the week 11 then of the Premier League predictions show. The first game is Southampton, who's just picked up a win over Watford, and then Aston Villa are having terrible form. I mean, lost 4-1 at home to West Ham United, lost 3-2 to Wolverhampton in the dying minutes of the game, lost 2-0 to Arsenal. Tom's gone for a 1-0 in this one, Adam. What do you think about this game then, and what's your score prediction for this one?
I feel like Southampton will be the favourites this match. Dean Smith, I mean, the Villa fans are 100% against them now. That Wolves match is the turning factor for me. Being 2-0 against Wolves in the derby and completely bottling again, I mean, I would be embarrassed if I was the Villa fan situation, so I obviously get that frustration. Both teams have been quite on and off this season, so I mean, it could go either way in this one, but I do expect Southampton to pick up the win. I personally went with it. Southampton 2, Aston Villa 1.
2-1 Southampton. It's been an up and down season for Southampton, hasn't it? Losing Danny Ings to Aston Villa. He'll be going back there in an Aston Villa shirt. He would have been a striker that obviously Southampton wanted to keep. I mean, they've got Che Adams and Armstrong from Blackburn up front. They obviously sold Vestergaard to Leicester. Obviously, Bertrand left as well. They've got a great left back in Kyle Walker-Peters, Southampton. I mean, results haven't really gone the way Southampton wanted. I mean, at home, they beat Leeds United 1-0. Aston Villa, on the other hand, their form's shocking. I mean, since Jack Grealish has left, Aston Villa have not been the club there was when Grealish were doing all the diving and that. I mean, Villa, you know, they've brought in Buendia, Leon Bailey. They've brought in some cracking players. It just hasn't gone right for them under Dean Smith. They had a decent start to the season, but now they've seemed to drop off. 3 games without a win, losing to Wolves, Arsenal, and West Ham United. I think it's going to be a difficult game for Aston Villa at St Mary's at the weekend. I'm going to go 2-1 to Southampton. Let's see what the guys are saying in the comments. 1-1. Southampton 2-0. 1-0 Southampton. Tomorrow it's a great game. We don't want Barnes. Well, we'll talk about Europa League probably tomorrow. Tonight's the Premier League predictions show. Next game then, Adam, is Manchester United versus Manchester City. The Manchester derby. Which way is this one going?
Well, I mean, I think everyone kind of knows which way it's going to go. Ollie, I mean, I don't know how he didn't get sacked at the Liverpool game. 5-0 was a disgusting result, and I really felt like he got let off with that one. Yes, against Atlanta, got a good draw yesterday. Again, it's CR7 saving Ollie once again. I mean, he's a joke. I mean, he just keeps turning up. But in terms of Manchester derby, though, I mean, I actually don't think it'll be as bad as Liverpool one. I think it'll be more of a competitive game, but I still think City will win this one. 3-1 Man City are winning for. I mean, Manchester United, I can't see them getting anything out of this game.
3-1 Man City. Tom's gone 1-1. Man United, they've not been the greatest, losing 4-2 to Leicester, 5-0 to Liverpool, which could have been even more. Could have been talking 10, maybe 15-0, the way Man United turned up. Obviously, Pogba got that red card. It didn't help their chances even more. Man City lost to Crystal Palace, which fans would obviously say it were a shock result at the Etihad, but you don't really know which Palace team's going to turn up. I mean, they've beaten Manchester City before at the Etihad with the Andros Townsend banger. Man United are struggling. If you watched them against Atalanta last night, they didn't really know what to do. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo got them out of that hole. I think Man United's going to struggle in this one. I think it's going to become even worse off for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Obviously, they had that 3-0 win at Tottenham. But what sort of kind of Tottenham players turned up in now? And Harry Kane doesn't want to be at the club. But Manchester United made them pay. Two poor clubs in bad form and not really good ownership. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Manchester City win in this one. Let's see what the comments are saying. 3-1 Manchester City. Lee's gone with you, Adam. 3-0 Manchester City. 2-2. 3-0. Chris Ward. The next one then, Adam, is strugglers Norwich travel to a Brentford side who hasn't won in 3 games. Which way is this one going?
The thing with two newly promoted teams is that when they play each other, it's always quite an awkward game. I feel like both teams fancy each other out quite a bit. And people will be surprised by this one, but I actually think Norwich will get a result in this game. I think it's going to be 1-1. But the thing with these two teams is, I mean, again, I just don't expect any of the teams really turn up. I think it'll be quite a poor game. And maybe one team might edge it, but I'm going to be safe and go for a 1-1 draw, personally.
1-1. Tom's gone 2-1 to Brentford. Let's touch on Brentford. They've had a fantastic start to the season. I know in the last 3 games, losing to Leicester, losing to Burnley away from home, losing to Chelsea. But I mean, they performed to some levels, have Brentford. They did very well against Chelsea. Could have got a result if it wasn't for Mendy. They played really well against Liverpool. They could have beat Liverpool. Brentford seemed to turn up quite well, unexpectedly, but they've had a very good season, unlike Norwich, who are losing every game. I mean, after they beat Leicester at Carrow Road, they haven't won a game since. Obviously, getting a battering at the bridge, 7-0. Losing to Leeds. I mean, that Leeds-Norwich game, you would call it a relegation battle, wouldn't you? That's foot of the table. I can't see Norwich getting anything out of this one. I'm going to go Brentford 3, Norwich 0 in this one. Tom's gone 2-1. Let's have a look at the comments. 2-0 Brentford. 2-0 Brentford. 2-1 Brentford. 2-0 Brentford. So everyone's back in Brentford. The next one then, Adam, is Chelsea at home against Burnley. Which way is this one, mate?
I think Burnley winning against Brentford last week came at the best possible time for them. I mean, this match, you might as well call it a write-off game for them, really. It can turn up, not mind too much about the result, because, Chelsea are top-level side. It's Stamford Bridge you got to play your best football, even have a chance there. So, yeah, I expect Chelsea to win this one. I think Burnley are going to get destroyed, to be honest. I went 5-0 Chelsea. Burnley, I think, can enjoy themselves internationally. They're currently 6 points above the bottom 3, unless obviously Newcastle or someone else get a win at the weekend. But yeah, I think they're in quite a comfortable position at the minute. So we'll see what happens, but I expect Chelsea to completely destroy them.
5-0 Chelsea. Tom's gone for a 3-0 Chelsea win. I mean, Chelsea, they've been on top form, like you say, beating Norwich 7-0. They've had some big scores. They've been doing well in Europe. But they've got some cracking players, haven't they? Let's talk about Kante. Havertz is decent. I mean, Ben Chilwell's now decided to turn up after that 50 million price tag from Leicester. Thiago Silva, a leader at the back. Timo Werner, he scores when he wants. People have their opinions on Timo Werner. Romelu Lukaku, fantastic. I mean, slimmed down, beast himself up. Fantastic striker. But Burnley, beating Brentford the way they did, it's going to give them confidence in this one, but I don't think it's going to be much confidence because a Chelsea side who's running rampant at the minute, who's going to be title contenders this season. I can only see this one going one way. Sorry, Sean Dyche, but I'm going 4-0 to Chelsea.
Okay.
Let's see what the comments are saying. Hassan's gone 3-1, 5-0 Adam. Chris Ward 3-1, 3-1 Chelsea, 3-0. Interesting. Next one then is Crystal Palace versus Wolverhampton Wanderers, mate. Which one's this one going?
But first, I want to say I've been really impressed by Vieira this season. I thought at first to be a really bad appointment for Crystal Palace, but now he's came in and done a really good job so far. The way Palace play football, I've been quite impressed, and they're again unbeaten at home so far this season. So I expect to continue against Wolves. Wolves for me, I mean, I'm not really impressed by them this season. I don't think they've been awful, but we're just again on and off. But I went 2-0 Palace in this one, but again, it's quite a hard one to call this one. I think both of these teams could potentially go for, but I feel like Palace will have that edge being a home team.
2-0 Palace. Tom's gone 2-2. So if you can't win, don't lose for either side. This one's tricky. I mean, Wolves have just beat Everton. They've picked up wins now, Wolves. They didn't really have the greatest start to the season, losing to Brentford, losing to Leicester, losing to anyone, really. They didn't really have a good transfer window. Obviously, they've still got Connor Cody at the back, haven't they? Willy Bolly, people like that who they had in the Championship. Obviously, Nuno Espirito left last season. But obviously, Legay needed time to prove himself in the Premier League. It weren't like the Portuguese league. Obviously, with teams like Porto, Benfica, it's different gravy, the Premier League, and that's why it's the best league in the world. Crystal Palace, very good. Beat Manchester City, got a 2-2 draw against Leicester. Look, unlucky to not win against Arsenal if it weren't for that last second Lacazette goal. I'm very impressed by Patrick Vieira. People may say he's not a manager. He don't know what he's doing like Solskjaer at Man United, but you don't know when given the chance to you had him in the Premier League. They could prove you wrong at any point.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one.
Right.
I don't think it'd be any more than that. It's two sides who are on form, and I think it's going to be a very entertaining game. Aaron's gone 2-2, 1-1, 2-2 draw, 2-1 Wolves, 1-1. Evening, Carlos, how are you? 10-0. I mean, if Crystal Palace can score 10 goals, Jesus, we'll be on for a right match of the day after. Next one then is your beloved Newcastle United versus a Brighton side who's very much on form. Which way is this one going, Adam?
Well, first off, I'm going down to this game, so I mean the whole thing's going. I mean, it's going to be a 9-hour coach trip or something for a Saturday late night kickoff. But yeah, I'm going to be dead biased. Yeah, this scoreline has no logic to it, but I'm going to go for it. Brighton 1, Newcastle 3. We need to win at some point. I don't care where it comes from. I have no logic anymore. I'm just beyond deluded at this point, you could say. But Newcastle gets something going. I mean, there's not going to be a new manager in for time. It'll be Graham Jones' last match. But before the international break, we've got Brentford, a huge game after the international break, so we need to build ourselves up for that. We've got to play well in this match. I don't mind if we don't get a result from this, as long as we play decent. But we haven't been playing well this season, and that's the reason why we haven't won a game yet. But I'm hoping it's going to be the one. But really, though, I'm just kind of just wishing more than anything, to be honest.
Yep. What can we say about Brighton? A fantastic start to the season. 2-2 draw at Liverpool. They're performing well under Graham Potter. Graham Potter, future England manager, of course. The way he sets up, he's done fantastically well. They beat Leicester at the Amex. Didn't beat Everton, but they've really proven themselves. I mean, they obviously got battered against Manchester City, but what do you expect playing against Guardiola? You've got to be lucky to get anything out of them games against their Manchester City side, who's going to run rampant against these sort of sides. But Brighton have still picked up points. Newcastle, they've been poor, haven't they, this season? Losing to Tottenham, 1-1 to Crystal Palace. They've not really picked up the points which are needed, have they, Adam? Obviously, Steve Bruce has come and gone now. Where are Newcastle going to pick up points this season if you looked at your next 5 games?
Well, in terms of matches, like I've said, Brentford at home's obviously a winnable one, but the all ones apart from that, I mean, we've got likes of Leicester away, Liverpool away. I mean, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. But sometime in December, though, you got Norwich at home and Burnley at home back-to-back. So, I mean, you've got to be looking to get 6 points from those games. Otherwise, it's going to be big trouble. But, yeah, I mean, all you got to do is look at the league table. Newcastle's played 10 games, 1-0. That tells you the full story. We've been awful this season. And as it stands, we deserve to go down. But I mean, we've got new ones, like we said. We need to get points before the January window. We can't just rely on a transfer window to stay. We've got to be getting points before them. But yeah, the only good thing we've got going for us that really seems like Norwich, Burnley in this league. I mean, teams that you can leapfrog over if you play well. It's just teams in this league that just aren't very good. So you got to hope at some point you can get results. But I mean, it's looking really bad at the minute.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-0 Brighton winning this one. I think Trossard's going to score after getting the goal against Liverpool. Tom's gone for a 2-0 Brighton win as well. Someone in the comments has gone for 12-0. Joe Lynch at all 12. Jeez. I mean, he hasn't really lived up to his price tag, has he? Since joining, I don't know how many goals he scored, Adam. If you can tell me that, it'd be great.
Less than 12 in these times so far, that's for sure. I think he's got about 7 in the Premier League or something in 2 years. I mean, that just tells me.
Brighton 3-1 is gone Carlos, 2-0 Chris Ward. Can we have subtitles for this bloke?
Maxon's a bit thick, but I think it's that bad.
So Newcastle fan, I think 2-0. 1-0. 2-0 Brighton. Interesting. More doom for Newcastle on that south coast. I mean, Adam's gone at 9-hour drive down there. Hopefully it'd be worth it for him.
I appreciate it, but I mean, that's what people think about the match. So you can only kind of see how it's going to go. But that'd be a good day out of Goddess. I don't really mind. Yeah,
with the Premier League, it's unexpected, isn't it? You can't sit there and guarantee results. You can't sit and say, oh Chelsea's going to batter Burnley 5-0 or something. It's just a prediction. It could turn up the other way. Chelsea could get about 4 cents off and then Burnley end up winning 5-0. Can you say why I, man?
Why I, man? Get this all the time, to be honest. I'm used to this by now.
Graham a chance. I meant sorry, Newcastle fan. Take a stotty with you. Interested. Next one then, Adam, is Arsenal versus Watford. Which one's this one going, mate? Which way?
I've been quite impressed with Arteta the last month or so. I mean, he really has picked up Arsenal. I think in the summer window, I mean, they spent the most money in the Premier League on the first few games and they were shocking. So a lot of pressure went on the guy. But now they've been a lot consistent. They've been beating a lot of the teams in the sort of bottom half, mid-table area, which is needed for them to get that sort of top half. But Arsenal fans want Europa League football, European football, and it's just not going to happen at the minute unless they get some serious form going. But in terms of Watford game, there shouldn't have any problems there. I expect them to come to beat Watford. They've been pretty proud this season. I went 4-0 Arsenal in the end, but yeah, I expect the form to continue for now. But I think about Christmas time it will start to dampen quite a bit.
4-0. Interesting. Hello, how you doing? Hope you're well, mate. Arsenal beat Leicester in 20 minutes, shall we put it? I mean, it's a hill to climb, isn't it, Adam? Being 2-0 down in the first 20 minutes. But it's how you react, isn't it? I mean, from a Leicester perspective, passing it around the back and slow to come out like Uncle Albert, you're not going to get anywhere. Watford, Claudio Ranieri, Premier League winner at Leicester City. It's a difficult one. I think Ranieri's going to have a difficult job keeping Watford up this season. Obviously, they beat Everton 5-2 at Goodison Park after everyone wrote Watford off. Will it be pizzas all round with that clean sheet come the weekend at the Emirates? It remains to be seen. Only Claudio knows that and the way Watford performed. But Aaron Ramsdale, fantastic goalkeeper. If you've seen that free kick against James Maddison, what a fantastic save. And he kept Arsenal in it the weekend. And what a future England goalkeeper is, better than Jordan Pickford. I'm going to put that out there because I don't think Jordan Pickford's worth £35 million. You guys obviously know Jordan Pickford, don't you? His time at Sunderland.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, you'd have a good European campaign. I was happy with him at the Euros, but Ramsdale, I've actually criticised the signing first game. I was like, £30 million for backup keeper. I was like, really, is that the best idea? But man, when he came onto that team, I mean, that save against Leicester was ridiculous. That's one of the best saves I've seen in quite a long time. But yeah, he's definitely made a name for himself. I feel quite bad for slagging him off now, but we'll see how things go with him. But again, he's obviously had a bad time with Sheffield and stuff like that. But I mean, it looks promising for the minute, and hopefully he keeps it up because, again, I love to see these England players do well, especially with the World Cup next year. But yeah, it's an interesting one, Ramsdale, though.
Yeah, the Arsenal Arteta out brigade or Arsenal Arteta in brigade at the minute. I mean, we're few results. I mean, until they start losing again, it's going to be in. You're not going to hear any other thing. I mean, Arteta has picked up some form since getting battered at Manchester City, beating their beloved Tottenham Hotspurs in the North London derby. They've picked up some great wins since then, Arsenal. I think this one's going to go one way, Adam. I'm going to go 2-0 to Arsenal. I think Aubameyang's going to score, and Smith Rowe and Bukayo Saka have proved very pivotal this season in the way Arsenal approach games. And I mean, that first 20 minutes, Arsenal talk about that quite a lot under Arteta now, where they'll press you, they'll push you back and make you make mistakes. And I mean, Leicester, the way they defended that corner, I mean, poor as anything. And then obviously the other goal came with Smith Rowe, Luke Thomas not tracking his man in Lacazette, and then Smith Rowe finished from a deflection. But obviously Arsenal picked up the points. Aaron Ramsdale, man of the match, of course, but I can see them beating Watford in the London derby or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I mean, Arsenal's training ground's closer to Watford, isn't it? So, I guess you could call it the London derby. Let's see what the comments are saying. 2-2. 2-2. I love Watford, do them. I'll say 2-1 Watford, 2-1 Arsenal. Watford just might surprise Arsenal. Well, anything surprises anybody in the Premier League this season. You've seen it all. I mean, who would have thought Liverpool would go to Manchester United and win 5-0?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, Villa winning 2-0 at 80th minute against Wolves and they lost the game. So, yeah, it happens quite a lot of surprising results. But you never know what happened. But I do feel like in this one also have it under control. But then again, AFTV after the game, we'll see what happens.
Arsenal fan TV love a good debate, don't they? Especially when Arsenal lose. It's the comedy show to watch. So you don't have to go to the comedy channel if you've got Arsenal fan TV. Exactly. So if you've got Ty, probably the deluded one out of the lot. I mean, he'd blame the rain if he could. Well, yeah, he did last season. I mean, when Arsenal lost in the rain, he weren't singing in the rain. He'll blame in the rain. Next one then, Adam, is Everton, the Toffees versus Spurs under new manager Antonio Conte. Which one's this one going, mate?
I think in terms of this weekend, I think this is probably the hardest game of call. I mean, both managers are under a lot of pressure for different reasons. One, Rafa Benitez, because his poor form the last couple of games, under pressure from the Everton fans. And Conte, because he just came in the Tottenham game, everyone in the world's going to be watching him. So, really interesting one. I'm not too sure how one's going to turn out. Could go either way, but I think it's going to be quite an edged game. I think there'll be much in it, but in the end, they'll go 1-0 Tottenham. I think Conte will win his first match, and I think the pressure will continue on Rafa Benitez.
What's that, 1-0?
Yeah, I'm going to say Son to score.
Son to score 1-0 to Spurs. Everton, great result at Old Trafford, getting that 1-0 draw. I mean, they've lost to West Ham since. Lost, obviously, to Villa. They have. I mean, they've not really been great, have they, Everton? Losing 5-2 to Watford on your own turf. It's not results that Everton want to see under Rafa Benitez. I mean, you guys had Rafa. What sort of tactics do you think he used at Newcastle, what he quite isn't using at Everton?
Well, I think it's the way the teams work. At Newcastle, the team was, I mean, pretty much the worst team in every single match you played. So you play defensive-minded football, the team would just sit back and do a counter-attack. Whereas at Everton, you got a much better squad, so chances are you're going to press out more. But with what I've seen of Benitez so far this season, I mean, I don't know. I can't really discuss him too much because, I mean, I've been focusing on Newcastle more than Everton, but conceding 5 at home to Watford's shocking for any team. Never mind Everton with all that money they spent on the players. I mean, to be fair, yes, in the summer window, he didn't have much money to spend due to them spending it the year before, but he's been smart with the players like getting Townsend, for example. I mean, he had a great return with Townsend. Damari Gray, so on our top signing for what, £1-2 million or something. But yeah, the team he's got, I felt like Everton should be doing better, despite the fact they're still in and around the top 6. I still feel like some of these results have just slipped away from him. But I mean, again, with Rafa Benitez's Liverpool background, I feel like Everton fans are just going to be naturally against them. So we'll see how things go for him, but things are quite tough at the minute.
Yeah, Spurs, obviously, Antonio Conte, former Chelsea manager, won the Premier League. He's won more trophies than Spurs have. 5,001 days without a trophy for Tottenham Hotspurs since David Bentley lifted that Carling Cup. I mean, where's it going to change? Harry Kane doesn't want to be at Tottenham. If Harry Kane doesn't play, Tottenham doesn't play. They're even struggling in the Europa League conference. I mean, if you can call that a competition. But any team would take it if it's European football. I mean, Spurs got battered against Manchester United 3-0. Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo on the score sheet. Spurs just seem to be falling apart, don't they? They did under Nuno. 10 games, it isn't really enough, is it? I mean, he obviously won Manager of the Month in August, was it? But then you sacked him come November. I just don't think he'll give him much of a chance. But he wasn't Spurs' first choice anyway, was he, Adam? He were always the very last choice. And I mean, the way Daniel Levy runs things, it's not great. He basically runs the team, and whoever comes in, he's just there for the pay packet. I think Everton will get a cheeky 1-0 win in this one. I think Damari Gray's going to score. Tom's gone for a 2-0 Everton, 2-0 Tottenham win, sorry. Let's see what the comments are saying. Lee Baker's gone 1-1. Conte on trial there. Well, every manager is. Look at Jose Mourinho. I mean, he was there. They thought they had a cracking manager, and then it just fell apart.
Yeah.
Fee's gone 1-0 Everton. Spurs to win by 2-0. How do you think Conte's reign's going to go, Adam? Obviously, watching previous managers at Tottenham, do you think he'll be the one, or do you think the trophy cabinet will still be catching dust?
Cool. We're going to play the trophies. I mean, yes, the Conference League. I mean, it's not really a trophy that the big six will bang on about, but I mean, it's still European competition, and I feel like it'll be a good start for Tottenham. Tottenham's best chance of the trophy, I felt like, was either that Champions League final, which just now you lost to the Carabao Cup a couple of seasons ago. I mean, you're not going to win anything with the owner, that's the thing. I mean, the owner doesn't care about Tottenham. You only built that stadium so you could have the NFL in the box on there. He didn't care about the football. I mean, it's embarrassing for them. And Harry Kane, he clearly doesn't want to be there. Will Conte get him scoring goal? I mean, he's going to score more than 1 in 10, surely. But yeah, I do feel a little bit bad for Nuno. But again, Conte's just a better manager than Nuno, so I do understand why they kind of just jumped ship straight away with him. But we'll see what happens with him. But in the long term, potentially, but I don't know. It's quite hard to tell with Tottenham. I thought Mourinho would do really well there, and it just didn't happen with him at all. So I don't know. Well, be cautious on Conte, but I do expect him to improve the team at least to begin with.
Guys, before we move on to the next fixture, please like and share this stream if you're watching live. Subscribe to Leicester Fan TV and go and subscribe to Adam's channel. Adam, tell us where we can find you then, where everyone can go and subscribe as a neutral supporter.
Well, just type in Adam Pearson on YouTube, it's my name, and it'll pop it straight away. But again, every single Newcastle vlog, so whenever you want to watch a vlog, I mean, Leicester, for example, I think the tickets came out for that a couple of days ago, so I'll be buying a ticket to go down to the King Power Stadium. Now, I've been there before, so I'll be looking forward to that one. But again, whenever those vlogs are out, just literally just type it in YouTube or pop up. But yeah, I mean, looking forward to these sort of away matches. Hopefully, I'll obviously see quite a few years down there.
Yeah. The next one then is Leicester travel to Yorkshire to take on Leeds. A Leeds side who's been struggling this season under Bielsa. They had a great first season back in the Premier League. Not scared of anybody, but now they seem to where the wheels have fell off. I mean, but then they've got injuries in Patrick Bamford. Obviously, Phillips had an injury as well. Ayling, they lost some key players, didn't they, Adam, at the start of the season? Up until now, they're only starting to come back. I mean, Rafinha has been class. What a player he is. But then you got a Leicester side who beat Manchester United comfortably 4-2 at the King Power. Patson Daka scored 4 goals against Spartak Moscow away, and then losing to an Arsenal side 2-0 in the first 20 minutes. Which way is this one going, mate?
Well, I mean, as you said about Rafinha before, I honestly feel like Rafinha is one of the only reasons why Leeds isn't in the bottom 3. I mean, I haven't been impressed by them at all this season. My biggest problem with Leeds is that they don't take chances, not clinical, and I feel like this match, I actually think it will be quite a competitive match, but I think Leicester will take the chances. I don't think Leeds will. So actually, I'm not just saying this because of the Leicester stream. I promise you, this is my honest opinion. I think on Leicester 4, I honestly feel like Leicester are going to have a great time down there. I feel it's a perfect time for Leicester to play Leeds, just for the international break when the team's morale's down. Yes, the one at Norwich last week was not convincing at all, and I feel like in this game, Leicester are going to run well. We'll see how they get on the Europa League tomorrow, whenever they play. But yeah, in terms of the game on Sunday, I'll be looking forward to watch that one. Have a really good, high-scoring game of football. But in the end, I think Leicester will win 4-1.
Yeah, last time we travelled to Ellen Road, we won 4-1 in the rain, so we were dancing in the rain just without the umbrellas. Leicester need to start picking up the form. They need to stop playing this sideways, backwards football and coming out slow. We need to be more quicker and more resolute. We need to change things a bit more. You know, if you watched us against Man United, we attacked really well, and that's the Leicester I want to see rather than a Leicester before the Man United game where we're too slow to come out. Schmeichel's playing it out from the back to Cags, and it's going to Johnny Evans and that, and then the teams are pressing you, aren't they? And you know, you're losing that midfield battle as well at the time because you keep giving it away. I mean, it's difficult for Leicester. We beat Brentford 2-1. That was a tough game. We beat Norwich away from home, beat Wolves at home. I think from a Leicester fan's perspective, it's not gone the way we thought or we expected it to go. I mean, we want to get top 6, but you don't get top 6, the points we've been getting on the table. I mean, West Ham, they've been consistent this season. Leicester haven't. But you can see why. I mean, Leeds, you know, beat Norwich, relegation battle. They obviously lost to West Ham as well, Leeds. It's a difficult one. I just hope Leicester can go and win. I think Jamie Vardy's going to score in this one. I'm going to go 2-1 Leicester.
All right.
I don't think Leeds are going to have much possession-wise. We'll have it all at the back. 4-0 to Leeds. Hard game, yes. 3-0 to Leicester. Not saying a score.
No confidence.
1-1. William has gone 4-0 to Leicester. Down there for you, up there for us. It's an indifferent season so far. Yeah, it is. Tom's gone for a 2-2 draw. So if you can't win, don't lose, Leicester. So that's the talk Jamie would obviously give you if you've watched Jamie on Leicester Fan TV. It's his main quote. If you can't win, don't lose. And, you know, a Desmond 2-2 away at Leeds won't be too bad. The next one, Adam, is the final game of the weekend. It's West Ham United versus Liverpool.
Big fan of West Ham this season. David Moyes, I feel like the Man U, Sunderland, Real Sociedad, that sort of reputation once had everything kind of fizzled away. But at West Ham, he has completely saved his career. I mean, he's been class at West Ham, being a massive fan of him. I felt like West Ham's steam would have died down a little bit this season due to the fact they're playing Europa League football. They've got quite a squad that hasn't got much depth in it. So when a player like Antonio gets injured, they're going to be knackered. But they're doing well to keep these players fit. And so far, again, it doesn't look like anything's going to be stopping them. You would expect them again to get another European place. But in terms of this match, though, I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. And I feel like Liverpool, obviously, exceptional form this season for them once again. But I feel like West Ham away is quite a hard match for them. I think both teams will go for it. And in the end, I just feel like a point would be quite a disappointing result for both teams. I actually feel like it will be quite a competitive match. But yeah, I've got to credit West Ham, though. I'm a really big fan of them. Love watching their football. And again, deserve to be where they are at the minute.
Yeah, Tom's gone for a 2-1 Liverpool away win. West Ham, Liverpool, two sides who are on consistently form, both doing well in Europe, both doing well in the Premier League. West Ham are rightfully deserve to be where they are at the minute. Going to Villa Park and battering Aston Villa 4-1. Liverpool battering Manchester United 5-0, but then drawing 2-2 to Brighton, who's also playing well. West Ham have had a fantastic season. Credit to David Moyes and the team. Mikel Antonio, if you've got a striker like that, pace, power, scores goals, you're not really going to struggle. I mean, Bowen, he's chipping in with the goals as well. Ben Rama, he's turned it on this season. Soucek, fantastic midfielder. Declan Rice, fantastic Euros and a fantastic season in the Premier League. Liverpool, you know what to expect from Mo Salah, don't you? The way he attacks, scores goals, breaking record after record. I think Liverpool, I can't see them edging this one. I'm going to go for a 1-0 West Ham win, Adam, in this one. I'm going to surprise a few people because I can't see Liverpool being very comfortable at the Olympic Stadium come the weekend. Let's have a look at the last comments then. 3-2 Liverpool, 3-1 Liverpool, 3-1 West Ham. Interesting. 2-2, 3-2. With the constant manager sacking and hiring, do all teams expect to be top four? Their expectations are unrealistic. What do you think to that comment, Adam?
Well, I mean, some teams you can kind of understand it. I think the likes of Tottenham, no chance. Man U, if they sack Ollie, I would expect their new manager to be trying to get top four because the money they spent this summer, I mean, they should be in the top four with that squad. It's a ridiculous team, but it depends really. Some teams yes, and some teams no. I would say for the answer to that.
Yep, 3-1 to Liverpool. Interesting. From a neutral perspective, then, Adam, how's the table going to look come the end of the season? Who's going to get relegated and who's going to be in the top 6 or top 7, if you want to call it that?
Top 7. Well, I do the bottom 3 first, but yes, even though it's a neutral point of view, I'm going to be quite biased here again. I don't think Newcastle get relegated. Again, not based off any logic. Norwich, I mean, everyone knows they're going to go down. Let's be honest with them. But in terms of the other two, Burnley, I feel like they're going to get relegated this season. I haven't really been a fan of them. They've struggled quite a bit. And the teams around them, I mean, there's a few of them in there. Personally, what I'm going to go with is Watford. They had some really good results this season, but I don't know what it is. Watford, I'm not keen on them at all. Ranieri, yes, had an incredible time at Leicester, but again, at Fulham, I haven't obviously watched the Fulham matches, but I know he did struggle down there. And I don't know. I'm not a fan of Watford personally, but in terms of the top 7, I mean, oh God, I expect Leicester, West Ham to get in around the top 7. I don't know exactly what position to put them in. And Man U, I think, will drop just outside the top 4. So we're going to go in the top 4 now. Liverpool, Chelsea, City will be 3 of them in the end. And in terms of the 4th one, I mean, I'm not too sure, actually. I'm trying to think of all the teams in the round. I don't know where about Tottenham have finished. You know what? I'm going to stick Man U 4th. I'm going to stick Tottenham 5th. And have Leicester, West Ham in about 6th and 7th. I don't even know where to put the teams in. There's so many different ones in there. In terms of the one that won the league, though, I'm going to go with Chelsea. You know what? I've been impressed with Chelsea so far this season. Liverpool with Salah, I mean, got every chance to win the Premier League title. I'm quite impressed with them because they haven't spent much in the summer. But Chelsea, I feel with the signs are made, the direction the club's going in, I've got a feeling it's going to be them this year. City, yes, City, you'd expect to be one of the favourites again, but I don't know. I felt like they should have replaced Aguero. I haven't really got that strike when obviously you've seen trying to get like Harry Kane and Ronaldo. It didn't happen for them, so we'll see what happens to them this season. But I feel like Chelsea are probably the most well set up team at the minute.
Yeah, right, Adam. Thank you for coming on the week 11 of the prediction show. And we shall see you at some point this season when Leicester take on Newcastle.
Appreciate having me on. Start of December. We'll see what happens, but looking forward to going down there. But appreciate the invite, pal. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. See you in a bit.
In a bit. Bye.
That was Adam. Does quite a lot of Newcastle vlogs. Go and check them out. Adam Pearson on YouTube. You'll find him. Guys, thank you so much tonight for getting in all the comments, all the likes. Please like, share, and subscribe this to Leicester Fan TV. As always, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, Snapchat, wherever you can find us at Leicester Fan TV. Go and follow us. What's coming up on Leicester Fan TV then? So tomorrow night we've got the watch along as Leicester City take on Spartak Moscow at home in the Europa League. Join the boys pre-match and throughout the watch along. Pre-match show with Reedy, looking ahead to the Leeds United game from a Leicester perspective, plus also the post-match Spartak Moscow analysis. Join me for the WSL Weekly Show as I'll be joined by Leicester City women's manager, Jonathan Morgan, on Saturday at 7:30. So join me for that. And then Sunday, of course, is the legendary Aftermath Show at 9:30 with Jamie. 10 o'clock. Join Jamie for that. And then following that in the afternoon, we'll be live again for the Leeds United Leicester City watch along. So go and join the boys for that one. Thank you to all the sponsors tonight: ADT, Hologram, Tiger, Peter Pizzeria, Pucker Pies, Pinky Leasing, Leicester Riders, the Foxes Arms and Alcudia, Newbie & Co, and Hope Against Cancer. Thank you so much to all the sponsors. And thank you so much to you guys for watching tonight. Really hope you've enjoyed the show. Smash that like button for me. Push that notification button on YouTube. And also subscribe if you haven't already. And you're new watching tonight. This is Jack from Leicester Fan TV. Wishing you all a very good evening, whatever you're up to. If you're at the game tomorrow, come and say hello. And one thing to do, come on, Leicester. Let's go and get them 3 points against Spartak Moscow. Come on, boys. Bye-bye for now. And ciao.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pucka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newbie & Co Estate Agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.